Hello, everyone. My name is Lilith, and this is the Chronicles of the Anathaema Ascendant, Episode 2, The Unbeholden Reaches. So, who wants to give a recap on what happened last time?
You want me to do it?
Sure, if you want to.
I know Shane can't.
Well, I mean, yeah, obviously.
I could try. Be very vague.
We went into space.
Yeah, we landed at Port Wonder and got kind of a hint that we would or I would find a message of somewhere to go, or from someone at the Hermitage, and we found the little rusted box, and we picked up a few different rumors. One of them about a ghost ship, which we saw on the way to the. I'm sorry, the map doesn't work the way I want it to.
Unbeholden Reaches.
Yeah, on the way to the Unbeholden Reaches, we saw the ghost ship. Jay went psychopath and decided he had to go and try and jump on it. We let him. He actually managed to convince someone.
I didn't go psychopath. I was just super fucking excited and wanted to check it out.
But in the end, the pilot convinced him not to kill them both, and they came back to the ship. And he did jerry rig up some Geller fields, which was pretty fucking cool.
And by NPC convincing me, random roll.
Yeah.
It was in the fates. It was written in the stars.
And also, I remember Grandpa recorded everything.
But do you know that?
I don't know.
I suppose that's up to Shepard if he told you or not, or what. Because last I think you guys saw him, he was sulking in his room.
Probably.
No, the last they saw me, I was sulking in the floor of the ship after it came back.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, but no, it wouldn't have been, but after that I had to start fixing fucking the quarters.
Yes, there was a fire in the luxury quarters, which, after the last session, Posthumous reminded me that that's where he had stuck Gerald, the pilot that had taken Shepard out to see the ghost ship. And so Gerald and the bodyguards were killed in that fire. So I guess it wasn't his fate to live.
Oops.
So yeah, that was it. The luxury quarters is no longer usable in a working sense. Yep.
Yep.
And Shepard is gonna try and. I mean, everyone got up there pretty fast to put the fire out, but it still got pretty destroyed. So it'll be probably take you guys ending up in some kind of port to kind of repair what's there.
Yeah, all right, that makes sense.
I can repair the damage. I can't repair the pretty.
Yeah, it's not like we have replicators or anything. We can't just make new stuff.
It went from a luxury quarter to a quarter.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is still a quarter.
You could put someone in there, but they won't enjoy it. And you guys made it through your warp encounters. I do have one that I need to do really quick, though, because I needed to figure out what I was going to do for it. So we're going to rewind time just a little bit, like a couple of days before you actually make it out of the warp. And it's going to be in Posthumous's quarters. So either you've just woken up or you're going to bed, some kind of like that. Do you want to explain maybe what your quarters look like?
Fairly luxurious quarters. The unfortunate thing is the majority of my items were moved into the luxury quarters, so it does look a little bit bare bones compared to what it once was. But there are a good number of books which I didn't get transferred over. A lot of military manuals and the the primer that is given to all good Imperial citizens, telling them about how orcs are relatively pushovers. They're as weak as any human. Just shoot them a couple of times, they'll go down. But yeah, silk trim, decorative, some candelabras and whatnot. But just sitting at the table, just perusing a book, and my eyes are kind of getting a little bit weary and ready to go down for bed.
Okay, and what would you say like are using for a light source? Are you like kind of have like just like a desk lamp, or you have the full on room lights on, or
I would say probably just a desk lamp, sitting
okay.
at the desk.
So you're sitting there, you're kind of rubbing your eyes, like, okay, I should probably actually like relax a little bit and go lay down. But you see something out of the corner of your eye. And at first, you're not sure if it's someone standing there or if it's just, maybe it's figment of your imagination or you're just fucking tired. Who knows? But you look at it, you turn your head and you look, and you see someone that you recognize instantly. But there's no way he could physically be here. You recognize that it's actually your your old house patriarch, Winston. And he's just staring at you.
Uncle? Is that you?
He looks like he's looking through you, not necessarily at you. And his face, he just shakes his head and he's like, no. He's here. You need to find him. And he just gets like this super angry look on his face. You need to find him. He should not
Who?
be alive.
Of course, but of whom do you speak, Winston?
And his eyes kind of shift. Like suddenly he's aware that you're there. Like maybe he didn't actually see you before, but he knew where he was. And his eyes meet yours and he's like, there's more of them out here. Those motherfuckers that killed me.
Oh. And I clutch the Imperial sigil on my right shoulder. Where should I look? I thought they were all gone.
He already knows you're coming. And he kind of just turns and like looks off into nowhere seemingly and then just kind of vanishes.
Oh my god. My Emperor God, they're still around. This is... Can't believe it. She was right. And I run to go splash some water on my face just to make sure that this isn't some sort of dream.
Well, you find you're as awake as you were, and that incident probably woke you up more than you had hoped, since you were hoping to lay down.
I go up to the bridge and I start scanning just everywhere and looking for major populations, any ships that are around. Trying to... I have no idea where to look. Winston, I wish you'd have given me more information. Just like anyone on the ship has never seen me this unhinged before. Normally, I'm very laid back and just following orders. But if anyone tries to speak to me, I just brush them off.
The pilot kind of looks over at you and he's like, "What are you looking for?"
Not now. We need to find him. Where would he be? Where?
Well, we're in warp space still, so I mean,
Yes,
tell
but
us.
he knows that we're coming. How could he know that we were where? And he's just unhinged. Let's see.
Everyone kind of gives you just like sideway glances and kind of like do that, like, shuffle out of the room if they don't really need to be there, to kind of just avoid you, because you're actually kind of scaring them a little bit because you're the one that's navigating them through the warp. So they think something's kind of wrong, and some
Probably
of
an
them seem a
accurate
little,
assessment.
some of them look a little scared, so they kind of like leave and like, oh god, we're all gonna die.
Well, they did just go through a storm that I expertly navigated them into.
That is true. Let's see here.
Because he was saying he was really tired. So is it like late at night, or is he a crackhead and he likes to go to sleep at 7 in the morning?
There's no daytime in the warp, my friend.
I know. That's why I'm asking. When do you like to go to sleep? What time is it that you're doing all this shit?
I would say I wouldn't keep a regular schedule. I would work while there's work to be done, and when there's not, then it's research and sleep. But I get very little sleep. I sleep very odd hours, so this would be unusual because you're used to seeing me not get a whole lot of sleep and never
Yeah.
react.
And you were literally just up there, so.
Okay. Well, that was all I was trying to say. I'm plugged into the ship when I sleep. Good for you. Who knows we're coming? Who do you have to find? What is this you're mumbling?
Do you know the House Hawken? I told I didn't tell you about them. I didn't think they were real. I thought they were all wiped out. They murdered my uncle, and my aunt has been hunting them down for centuries now. And I thought they were gone, but my uncle told me that they're still here, and they know that I'm coming, and I have to kill them. Him. He said him. Could be a leader, could be a group. He didn't say they. Probably one. So if we see a ship, we need to destroy it.
Sorry, I'm busy giggling over here too much on my own end, actually. But we don't know exactly where we're going, and how do they know we're coming?
He didn't let me ask him. He disappeared before I could ask him.
Okay, how did he appear? I'm curious as well.
That is a good question. He has been dead for 900 years. So there's that. That is a little odd now that I think of it. But we are in the warp, so that's not that unusual, is it? Is it?
Hold on. Do I have that damn skill? Knowledge astromancy? Wait.
I mean, you'd know that it's not unusual to see people that may have been dead because time works differently here. But it also doesn't necessarily mean that you're sane either. It could be either or.
I guess my only problem with the idea of this is, so he's 900 years old or dead? How the fuck does he even know who he is?
Well, he was my aunt's husband. I mean, the house almost has portraits of him everywhere.
Yeah, but
He
I
is
mean
our-
him knowing you.
Well, I carry a piece of him with me.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Posthumous
see him
has his
kinda like-
third eye.
You see him brush the insignia on his shoulder.
Oh, I'm not actually there. That was a me question. That wasn't a character question because my character's all doing his own shit.
Oh, blood knows blood.
Who knows what happens after you die? Maybe your ancestors do watch you.
I would agree to that.
Probably pretty boring being dead. Not much else to do.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do? Or are we good to...
No, I think we're good to go on, but like Postumus is probably going to push himself pretty hard, like scourging the warp, looking for any more of those ghost ships, because it could have been the ghost ship. Could have been.
That's true. Was he killed while he was on a ship, or was he on your home planet when he was killed?
He was on a planet,
Okay.
but it was not Terra.
Okay. Okay, so then we'll fast forward to us coming out of the warp, which we managed to do just fine. And you come out of the warp, and almost immediately, you don't see anything, but you start receiving like an S.O.S. over the Vox communicator. And pretty much all it's saying is, this is the rogue trader ship, the Nagaria Fellsworn. Katina Henna requesting aid. S.O.S. Repeat, this is the Nagaria Fellsworn. Is anyone there? And it just kind of waits a second and then just starts repeating again.
Nagaria Fellsworn, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Common Lore Novice Snowblight, or would that be a different skill? 'Cause I think Novice might be Navigator houses.
Yeah. So, I mean, you would be able to use that to figure out their navigator when you see the ship, like, if they've got their, like, basically their house sigil, like, on the side or anything like that.
I will call over to our pilot, was not Hesna, Istrao. Scan the area, see what you find.
All right. Let's see here. Scrutiny plus detection.
So our detection's 11.
Yes. I'm just looking up his character sheet too.
Why is it 11?
Did you? I assume that the
13.
ship has 13 and then -2 from the auger array.
I'm pretty
I don't
sure all
know
this
if
stuff
that was
got
taken out.
adjusted on there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I adjusted everything already.
Yeah. So it would be... Okay, so it would be scrutiny plus detection, if I'm right, to scan the area. Does someone want to roll that? You guys should be able to see his sheet too. He's just kind of there as...
Shane, we'll make Shane roll it. It'll be his first roll, and we'll see if Roll20 likes him any better than it does us.
All right, I'm down to roll.
All right, so the way you do it is you'll roll a scrutiny check on Istrao. And
Do I roll it?
to the right of it, you'll see that 40. Click that.
No modifier?
With the modifier equal to the detection of the ship.
Which would just be 13. So the answer is no, it does not like him any better.
Oh my.
You don't come up with anything.
You rolled a 99. Our first roll of the night is a 99.
Sounds like a good roll to me. God, he's still rolling high.
No, that's like one away from fail or crit fail. Sorry.
Okay, well, everyone give the pilot some shit. If I'm in the room, I do something. What are you doing?
Yeah, you don't really... Y'all just
I
figure that
stare
you're
at
pretty
him.
much not close enough to see it.
So okay, the Vox is a relatively short range.
Mm-hmm.
So if if we travel in a direction and we can still hear the SOS, we know we're getting closer to.
Yep.
If it cuts out, we know that they're further away.
Yeah,
So
that'll work.
Captain, I'll recommend to the captain that we just take a bearing, fly that way, and tell him exactly that. If we lose the signal, we'll loop back around, and we should be close enough, and just keep scanning every X sector.
So you guys do that for a little while. Maybe after like 30 minutes of just kind of flying around a little bit, you see the ship. And it's not just one ship. There's ship debris all over. It looks like the frigate of the Nagarius Fellstorm is pretty much it's still running, but it's not really moving, and it looks like it's been kind of shot up a little bit. And then there's another ship very, very near. Let me just move you guys over here. And it is also sitting dead in the sky. That one looks a lot worse off, and it does not look like it has any power at all. And it is actually, let's see here. It is a bigger ship. Let me see if, let me just see here. Do any of you guys remember which stat it is for, like, knowing what kind of ship, or any of you have any, like, kind of Xenos knowledge?
I have gnome knowledge, Xenos.
Pull it up quick.
Scholastic lore, astromancy. It's the best.
No. That's more for actually, like, mapping.
What about common lore war?
That...
It would be a tough check. -20?
Yeah, I would say that's fine.
I got a 23, so there's a chance.
It's always a chance.
I'm guessing common lore Imperium isn't good enough. Oh my god.
Roll 27 us.
You're just getting the bad rolls out early. It's fine. Let's see here. Let's see here. I would also say potentially if anyone has Imperial Navy common lore, that would also work.
Just a flat roll?
Yeah.
Hey, not a negative.
Okay. You do recognize the ship as a Chaos Reaver ship, and it's a transport. And usually these are recognizable as, usually what they're carrying is slaves. It's a slave ship.
All right, I'm going to attempt to scan that ship. Well, actually, before I do that, how close are they? Within a couple of VUs? Within a VU? I tell them, get us over to that ship. I will see if there's anything aboard that could be dangerous. And I start clicking away at the keyboard. I'm going to attempt to scan it, and then as we get closer, I'm going to use sinus science to see if there are any warp warpy madness stuff going on there.
Okay. Which ship are you wanting to get near?
The transport first, because it could be that they're waiting for us to dock with the other ship, and this could just be a trap.
Okay.
So.
All right. So, let's see y'all. All right.
Ooh, I scanned it.
So you did scan it, and let's see. What does that give you?
Oh, come on. I rolled a 4.
You can definitely tell with your science roll, there is a lot of shit going on in there. So there's still definitely people, I say that loosely, on board at least.
And I know that they're demon people, right?
Yes.
Or a whole bunch of psychers which are crammed into a container that we had best to blow up anyway.
Yeah.
Captain, that transport is packed full of demons.
Well, I think it's time to use our little servitors.
I don't. A lot of demons. I don't think our servitors would make it. It's potentially. Let me finish my scan here and try to pick up the critical bits of the ship. What components that it has.
Let me see here. Oh, I think I put it on here actually. Let's see here. So
I'll give his scan a +10 if he has to do it again. I don't know.
I was just showing,
Okay.
sharing with you guys a. Oops. Well, trying to anyway. Add a ship to your.
Armada.
That's
Well,
cool.
no, so you guys could see the stats and stuff like that. It should be under the NPC enemies tab.
We have bio and info, but we don't have the other stuff. But I don't know if we necessarily need that.
Really? Oh, maybe I need to do it this way too. Now you should be able to, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you do know that these slave ships can hold a lot of innocent people as well, though. They usually pull them from worlds and transport them. Though they might not be fully human now, still. That's hard to tell as well.
From my scan, do I know enough to know that they're... well, we're out of the warp. But still, is their Geller field function?
It is currently not.
Okay, so it doesn't tell us that they warp while it was not functional. It could have been damaged here, but I would take that as a high likelihood they probably had gone through the warp without the Geller shield act. Best just wipe them off the map. This could be a trap, Captain. I say we destroy it, and then we worry about the rogue trader.
I'm going to agree with you. Just to be safe, I don't want to deal with the warp too close. Or the chaos too closely, let's say.
Okay.
So, lock weapons.
Aye, aye. All right, so I will get on the lance gun that we have.
Okay.
You can actually operate both weapons.
I think I can only operate one station at a time. Someone else would need to get on the other one.
Right.
Somebody has to let my guy know what's going on.
You're too hard to
Yeah.
understand with that.
Yeah, way too echoey.
Or at least for me, anyway. And that's mostly, I think, just because my hearing sucks.
I would probably want you to do it, Jay, because you have sniping skill, which means your ballistic check has to knock.
This would definitely not be my strong suit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things that's like, it's your ballistic skill, yeah, carries over from shooting a regular gun and also from shooting the weapons on the ship. So,
I'll get over the microbead. Shepard, would you like to blow up some demons?
Less of a question, more of an order. Hook in and target the damn shit.
Yay, I get bonuses now. So for the ship, just find the ship, I just click on the ballistics and then add the modifier.
If we get a modifier, which I'm not exactly sure.
I do
I'll
because I
roll the
just rolled
flat.
high on my tech roll because of the
yeah,
implant.
he gets extra bonuses for shooting and stuff because he's, like, plugged in and crap.
Yeah, I'm literally anywhere in the ship at this point.
And Scott, you're on the bridge, so I'm going to give you a bonus.
Cool.
Let's see here. I'm just trying to look and see. Um,
I mean, it would make sense. It would be ballistic because
Yeah.
that's for range.
yeah, it is.
So both of them are 1d10 plus 2. And then the strength, is it for each degree of success that you get? You get an additional damage?
Yep.
Did it not roll?
No, it didn't. Nope, there it goes. Oh.
Ooh. I'm gonna use a fate to re-roll that.
You don't have to. Oh, unless it was a crit. No, it wasn't a crit. They're not firing back. I don't think they even have
They don't
weapons.
even have power, so realistically, it's a free shot at them.
Unless they're faking it.
Unless they're faking
Yeah.
it.
And you get 3 hits, so that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So I re-rolled and I got
So you just roll a 1d10 plus 2.
Well, with 3 successes, it should be 3d10 plus 6, right?
I think it's only 3d10 plus 2.
Oh, okay. These rolls, they're killing me, and they're not killing the demon.
Yeah, it pretty much just explodes. The ship was in pretty bad condition as it was. But yeah, all it took was really just one good placed hit and
And the
both of you
galaxy is
guys
a
firing
clear.
just
Holy shit.
Yeah,
Well done, Shepard.
Yeah, hell of a shot, man. And I guess we'll hail the ship that's not firing out and probably had the S.O.S. transmission.
I do
You
need
guys were very explicit on we were only destroying the one ship, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
I would like one of you guys to roll a 1d10 though for me.
You go, Shane.
Shane,
Yeah.
1d10.
an 8.
Okay, yeah. The ship is just... There's pretty much... You just see pieces just floating off in every direction. There's not even really much of a hull left. So it's pretty fucked up, pretty much.
Take a look
All
at
right.
all the destruction. Do I see like bits of demon viscera flying around or anything to identify that?
I suppose if you guys are close enough, you'd see bodies mixed in with the debris, but
It's kind of hard to tell whether it was human or demon.
yeah, I mean, most body parts would be pretty disintegrated if the ship was destroyed, so.
I can't imagine, yeah.
Okay.
So how the Nagira Felsworn?
Okay. What do you say?
Identifier ship. Let's see. We're the Anathaema Ascendent. What's are you okay and what has
You hear the S.O.S stop playing and a voice come on. Hello? Oh, thank the God Emperor. We've been here for a span. We're a bit banged up from the Reavers, but as you can see, we got the better of them. We could use some assistance getting back up and running.
I'd be willing to help, but if you really want to escape, we're going to have to know somewhere to take you to really repair more than.
Well, right now, our ship's not really able to move far. They're still trying to figure out what's wrong, but I don't know, do you have anyone that's good at repairs that could maybe get us at least moving?
Yes, let me see if I can talk him into it. Shit, what's his name?
Shepard?
Hey, Shepard, do you think you and Grandpa could see what's wrong with their ship and get them up and running?
Probably, but might I ask what's in it for us?
Oh, I'm about to ask that. Do you have anything that we could use from this? I'm sorry, we're a long way from home and supplies are a thing that we need.
I mean, we're willing to share what we have.
You hear over the intercom chiming in, might I ask for fabrics so we can finish fixing up the luxury quarter?
Oh, well, I think that's something we could probably actually manage. Yeah, I mean, definitely. We can give you whatever we have from ours.
We would be glad to help you then.
Huh!
Right.
You just hear, like, some soft clapping. Oh, thank you.
And be sure to send a few guards to help them as well.
How many should I be expecting boarding? So I can tell my men to expect you.
You better make sure to include Grandpa as his own entity, man.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Shepard, Grandpa, how many assistants do you want?
I honestly feel like I don't fucking want any, because they just get in my way.
Oh, God. Him and 3
I would
guards.
suggest security, though,
Yeah.
from our end.
No, make that 4 guards for...
Okay. Do you have someone shuttle you over there? Do you...
Well, we're not teleporting me, because that's dumb.
Yeah, we're still going to shuttle.
Okay. I'm gonna ask. You have this thing. I just making sure I'm not assuming anything.
No,
I kind of want to see.
doing well.
There's some kind of role I want to see to this one, is because now they realize yet another person that just recently died that is taking the cuckoo fuck. Now it's at least to a normal ship, not a ghost ship. Convince somebody.
Well, I mean, realistically, Macarius would just assign a pilot to take you over there.
Oh, that's true. They just have to listen to his ass.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't a dangerous mission or anything. He'd just be like, you, number 42, take this man over there. Something
No,
like that.
some of them would think of it as a nice vacation off to
It's true. It's a possibility.
All right, so we load up into the ship. Basically, I'll talk to the guards. Make sure you watch my back. You never know what can happen in the expansive space.
We got you covered. No problem. You just do your thing.
Very well.
Are any of the rest of you coming with?
Yes. I tell the men to get extra like, I don't know the equivalent in Rogue Trader, but flashbang grenades and additional shotgun shells.
There is grenades. I don't know.
There's a specific one that's basically just like a disorienting
Yeah.
one, because you don't want to blow a hole in a ship.
Or maybe you do.
Well,
Generally
when
speaking,
we're
no.
on.
Fair enough.
So I have a question. This one, Shane, friend that exists. Where the fuck have you been? Are you currently involved in anything as far as with your character, or what's going on?
Yeah, you're kind of quiet.
Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure how I'm fitting into this yet. Like, if I'm like just it's assumed I've just been here the whole time, or if I've been like out of commission for some reason.
Shane, or sorry, what's your character's name again? I haven't said it.
Hesna.
Hesna, go with Shepard. See if there's many psychers over there. If you sense any.
Don't send him with me. He can do all that from the ship.
Yeah, but Posthumus, the one who kind of looks like a freak, I would rather keep here and to look over as much as.
I mean, you saw my face. I'm totally a freak, but I always have like my hood up and a full face mask.
You at least try to cover it.
Yeah, and I kind of need it. It helps me breathe a bit. Like I'm all scarred up and fucked up from seeing you.
All right, Darth Vader.
Hey, you two should get along then.
Yeah, what do you look like?
80% machine, 20% flesh, and kind of like a reddish robe. You can actually see what I look like if you go to the tab and check on my profile.
that's it. Okay, Captain, I think you should reconsider. I think I should be there. I mean, what if things go sideways? You want me there?
You can go. Just think before you kill anything, please.
But he could be there.
could,
of course,
but it could be a
Captain.
trap.
I will do as you say.
Just watch out for Shepard and Hesna, okay?
Of course.
And I would see the Rogue Trader as well. Well, myself, obviously.
What was that?
I would see the Rogue Trader myself as well.
So you're going to join them?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, what's his name? Istro, whatever it is, damn it.
Your pilot?
Istra. Yeah, the pilot.
Mm-hmm.
I'd want them to keep a lock on us with the teleporter.
Okay.
Smart. You don't know what's going on for sure.
Not a problem. Alright, so you guys fly over there. No issues. You dock. Everything's normal. Get off the ship. There's a couple of guards, basically waiting to help you, like, unboard and all that, and lead you to the the bridge and everything. But as soon as you get into the corridor, sorry, I can't speak. There's a lot of activity, and it definitely seems like everyone's really stressed out. It's hard to tell how long they've maybe been here, but there's also a lot of blood, like, everywhere. Like, maybe there's some kind of accident, which would fit considering the ship isn't in the best of condition because it was hit pretty hard too. But you get the feeling that the guards are kind of trying to hurry you along pretty fast.
My guy, as soon as we got on there, I'd look for the first data port and immediately fucking stop. And immediately plug in.
One of the guards there that's escorting you is like, hey, it'd be better if you came with us and did it from the bridge.
Just come with us, Shepard. Entertain them for one.
You want me to fix their bloody fucking ship or not?
Yes,
Fine.
but entertain them, please.
If you would, be so kind, please. And he kind of has, like, shifty eyes. Like, he's super paranoid about something. Or potentially... He looks nervous. But you can't tell what exactly his nervousness is coming from.
So we see all this blood and stuff everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like creepy style blood? As in, like, they can't... the origin's not easy.
I mean, it looks like normal human red blood, but it's everywhere. It's on the floor, it's on the wall. There's even some on the ceiling. You don't see any bodies or anything. There's just a lot of blood and some smear marks where maybe bodies were dragged away or someone tried to clean it up maybe.
Alright, in that case, I'll probably turn to Grandpa and be like, let me know if you notice anything out of the ordinary.
Sure. Does he have, like, any kind of, I guess, passive kind of surveillance?
Yeah, so basically, he up to 15 meters away, he can detect stuff that's not normally noticeable by your traditional sense.
Okay.
So technically, he's better at spotting shit than I am.
I mean, that makes sense. That's what he's there for. So you guys are walking, kind of at a hurried pace. For a little while, you go past a couple of corridors, and then you get to one passageway, and Grandpa lets you know that he's pretty sure he saw someone that was dragging another body, and he looked like he had like a tentacle arm.
I'll conveniently end up sliding one of my back dreads and plugging into Grandpa and just basically in that case intermittently, but we're not intermittently. I guess like our little secret speak between us mentally. Start recording anything you see. I won't.
Okay. The figure was there just for a little bit, so you probably weren't quite fast enough to catch him, but since you know that it's a possibility could be more, if you see any more, it'll be recorded.
Yeah, I want to do a better job than Ghost Adventures.
What, and actually catch something? I mean, you got a ghost ship all recorded. So you guys make it to the bridge, and Katina, she walks right up to you, Macarius, and holds out her hand. She's fairly tall, just under 6 foot, but she's wearing like big combat boots that probably gives her like an inch or two, and she's wearing like an old navy uniform, and just standing straight up, she's kind of like tapping her her hand against her leg, and or her left hand, I guess, because she held out her right hand to shake your hand, and she's like, I'm the rogue trader, Katina Henna. It's a pleasure to meet you, and who may you be?
Macarius, and I take her hand and shake it. And what are you doing way out in this God Emperor cursed?
Well, your adventure has to start somewhere, doesn't it? And she kind of just like she looks kind of pissed off, and she's like giving this sideways glance at someone that's standing over by like the controls of the ship, and she's just like, all gotta start somewhere, don't we, Ford? And the gentleman she's like staring at and just obviously super pissed at, he turns around and you can tell that he's their navigator, so she's blaming him for this shit. And he's not wearing any kind of like house sigil or anything, and you notice that right away, Posthumous, that he's deliberately not flouting who he is, which is weird because most navigators are very proud of which house they come from.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like just holding his hands up. He's like, "It's not my fault, woman." And she's just like, my God. So anyway, this is my bridge. If you need a port or something, she's looking at Shepard and she looks kind of flustered. She's just like, and she just kind of points over to a spot over on the side of the. She's like, just one of over there. It's fine. It's just safer up here. And can I get a perception test from all of you?
This is the point where I wish I'd brought the pilot. Oh. Score! But be right back.
Okay.
My best skill, and I've got to roll an 81.
And I'll also take a sign of science roll from both Shane and Scott as well.
I don't even have a perception.
You do.
I don't.
It's your.
I don't ever.
It's a characteristic skill, so it's one of the big ones.
And I never add a modifier to these rolls unless otherwise told somehow.
Right. Yep.
What do you mean? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was trying to read her aura, so that would require a focus power test, and I'm not sure exactly how to roll that. Is that like clicking unfettered
Let's
under
see
psychic
here.
power?
Psychic ability. Let's see. And you were trying to.
Trying to read the rogue trader's aura. And it says, the psyker can attempt to read the aura of any person he can see as a full action. It requires a successful focus power test.
Okay. I think it was up here. I think I have it written down somewhere else so I can find it easier. Give me 1 second.
I mean, I don't see anything else on my character sheet that would probably fit with that.
Oh my goodness, my computer is being stupid. Hold on. So
Damn, and I thought I did good.
I don't even know if that will count, honestly.
So we're needing to do a focus power test. Is that what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
So it'll tell you in the skill whether it's going to be like a characteristic test like willpower or if it's a skill test like sign of science. And then you just have to pass that test.
Okay, yeah. Focus power test, science. Science.
And then you add You had +5 for each psi rating, so you think you have a psi rating of 2?
2.
So you'd add +10.
Okay, so I roll this science. And then I add my modifier of 10.
Well, I guess it depends if you're just doing, because this is where your like being able to push yourself comes in. So if you're just doing like the base level, which is the fettered level, it's your you count your psi rating as half. So
then I
it'd
just
be
get 5.
so it'd be a +5 then, because effectively you'd have 1 psi rating. If I'm reading this right.
So yeah, it looks like if you want to go with just click on the fettered and then add 5. And then if you want it to be your full ability, you're risking a little bit, but you're getting double the bonus, basically.
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was rolling my science skill.
It depends. Well, yeah. So whatever ability you're using, it'll tell you whether or not you're using the sign of science or you're using one of your characteristic skills. So then whatever you're rolling, you'll do that, and when it asks for the modifier, you would add either +5 or +10 or whatever based on how much you're pushing yourself.
Okay, and then I'm just doing this fettered, so I'm not risking anything.
Okay, so then you just get a +5 on that, which still doesn't give you any success.
It says even on a 0 degree of success, though, I still get some result.
Yep, I'm just gonna try and find the actual. What is the actual ability called? Just aura reading?
Or reading, it's on page 168. And there's a little table below it that explains what I get from it. And I can maintain it, so like, round after round, I get a +1 to my degree of success. So I mean, even if I fail horribly on my first couple rolls, if I just continue to study the same person for 10 seconds, I should be able to get pretty much everything. That's how it sounds.
So from a 0, pretty much. See, the thing is with the degrees of success, you got degrees of failure, so I don't think it actually counts as.
Yeah, so I have to get at least as like an even 0 to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The base, I'll give you 1 though. Like pretty much, you can tell she's just the first most present aura on her is anger right now.
Okay.
And you can obviously tell where that anger is focused.
Just like the situation in general.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to continue to study her aura so I can get a better read on her.
Okay. Okay. So after a couple of rounds, and I'll get to that in just a second, but first, I think CJ's the only one that.
And Grandpa.
Oh, and Grandpa. So what you guys see with your like perception checks is you see a screen kind of like up and off to the side that's got kind of flickering between. It's basically a security camera feed of some of the lower decks, and what you see on there is pretty much mass hysteria. And it's not looking good. Like, there is one screen's got like the mess hall, and pretty much there is bodies all over, blood all over the floor. You see someone actually like trying to eat one of the people laying on the ground. Flashes to another screen, and it's like down in like the engineering bay, and you see several people with mutations just like ripping an arm off of someone. And you can tell things have gotten out of control, and that's probably why she wanted you to get to the bridge as fast as possible, as opposed to staying where you got off the ship.
You want to save this? Are you sure you want to save this or yourself?
Well, um,
Because if you save it right now, you're saving it and living here alone.
I mean, realistically, I don't want to lose this ship. This ship is mine. I know I have a problem, but I'm working on it. And you see on the screen like another flash of another place, and you see like guards going in and basically shooting everyone in there. She's just like, but I just need some more time to get that under control. But while we're at it, I need to be able to get the ship moving so I can eventually get out of here. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
Captain, might I suggest I'm fine with currently doing the diagnostics and doing minor repairs here on the bridge, but I think it's in everyone's best interest if we make sure that's taken care of before we allow the ship to move places. I'm happy to assist, but I also see no reason to put other people in danger if that cannot be resolved.
I would like that to be resolved as well.
So while they're talking, Hesna, you realize you start getting, the more you're focusing, the more you're getting some more of the different colors of the aura coming through. And you get a little bit of, like, she's scared, as well as being angry. But she's also not going crazy. She's just really upset by the situation and wants it finished because she wants to keep her ship.
Understood. Well, it makes me feel a bit more trusting of her. Just because I feel like I kind of understand her now. But I'm going to continue to delve deeper and keep reading her aura. Unless something interrupts me.
Okay.
Well, I know a way we could kind of deal with all the problems on the ship really quick. You won't want to be here for it. I promise.
She kind of gets like a concerned look
Could
on
just
her
open up
face.
everything and vacuum space.
Well, that could work, or we could take out the life sustainer.
Oh. Does that...
One slight problem with as damaged as the ship is, there is a real chance that regardless of how good my skills are, it could malfunction and kill life support in here too.
Yeah, that's why we would be leaving.
We evacuate all essentials.
No. We don't evacuate anyone except for the people right here, right now.
I've got men that are fine that are clearing out down there. I can't just have them get killed in this too.
And can you guarantee them to separate to a safe area? And we can vent the rest of them?
Yeah, I should be able to do that. And Ford, the other guy that was in the room there. He kind of looks over and he's like, Ket, I don't know if this is a good idea. She just is like, well, we wouldn't be in this mess if it weren't for you, so you have no say in this. And she's like, okay, let me just talk to them down there and we can be on our way.
Shepard, do you think you could vent the lower decks with the problem makers in it?
Oh, there's no question. I'll easily be able to do that. It's just the problem of whether or not, when I go to start opening things, if there is an electronical glitch that I can't control because apparently somebody can't fly, I
Hey,
can't promise it might not open up.
he just glares at you. He's like, it's not my fault.
I just hit the comm and be like, Istral, be ready. Go ahead. Shepard, go ahead.
So, have we gotten her other people been
Well,
contacted?
after the people.
Yeah, she gets on her comms and she's telling the people that are helping clear out the lower area to get to one designated area, and she tells you which area they're in, so that way you don't vent them out.
So out of character type thing, so this is something that he wouldn't publicly say, but so you know.
Mhm.
So he's going to let them know that this might take a little time. The more intricate I do this, the less likely there are for errors. I don't want anybody to know there's a little bit of a betterment in me that I spend extra time trying to secure that room that they're in, so nothing ends up happening by accident.
Okay. So that'll probably just be a tech use. And
I'll use my command skill to improve his thing.
okay.
How much do you give?
Well, I think you have to. Yeah, yes, actually. Well, 4 degrees of success. That's pretty good.
How much bonus?
Let me see here. I would say, you probably would get probably plus 10, plus whatever you get from if you're using Grandpa and from the command roll.
Yeah, they word that very weirdly, but I'm fairly certain it's plus 10.
Yeah, plus 10 is what she's giving me. Fuck. Using a fate thing.
So 1.9, better than nothing.
So
Or
it
did
takes.
you add my?
No, he just did the
I did the reroll. Because otherwise it would have been negative 1.9 if I would have just increased the degrees of success.
True.
So you're able to do it. It takes quite a bit of time. You guys are probably all up there probably for probably closer to like 30 minutes, an hour. Just because
Over that time, I'd like her to explain exactly what led up to this.
She's like, yeah, I mean, we were just coming out of warp space. And, I mean, we were already kind of had a little bit of an accident. We hit a warp storm while we were in there. And so we were already having some issues with some of our systems. And then we came out and that Reaver ship was there. And I don't think they were expecting us to be there. But yeah, kind of shit hit the fan from there.
Did they come from the cloud, or were they? You said they were already waiting for you when you.
Yeah, I don't think that they were necessarily waiting. I think that, I mean, they were there, but I don't think they were waiting to do anything. There's no way they could do much to us. I mean, they move slow. I think they were just getting ready to make their own jump. But
Okay.
I don't know what happened down below. Like, we were fine, and then suddenly I started getting reports that, well, that my men were literally ripping each other apart. And looking at it, it was true. So I tried to quarantine as much of the ship as I could, and while it's mostly secure now, there's still several areas that we're still, you know,
Fighting very hard, needless to say.
yeah. Uh,
So just literally a shitstorm from the warp.
yeah,
Then
I mean, we didn't see it coming. I don't know.
Well, did you manage to get any scans of the sector before you were jumped by? Sorry, the
Oh, yeah, I mean, we've been over here before. We've actually been kind of going between here and another system just to kind of bring materials and such. And I mean, it's good that we saw these Chaos Reavers here, because part of what we're trying to do is get rid of them, but it just was very inconvenient timing.
right. I can definitely understand that. So about those maps, could I per se get copies of?
Ford just kind of looks at you and just kind of snorts. That is not for her to decide. And he kind of just crosses his arms and leans against the the console there.
And what exactly motivates you, Navigator? What would you part with copies of your maps for?
Nothing. And he's looking directly at Posthumous and kind of just like shoves him away. Like, don't be touching those. Because he sees Posthumous kind of looking over the maps that he has laid out. Those aren't for your eyes.
I shove him in a way that I'm trying to expose as much of his body. Like, I don't know if he's wearing robes or jacket. I'm looking for mutations.
When you push him, you don't see a whole lot, but you see him snarl at you. And you can tell that he has probably about 1,000 very sharp teeth in his mouth. Kind of like some of those like really creepy fish that you see at the bottom of oceans. Very pointy. And a lot of them.
Hand to my last pistol. I go, try it.
Just stay away from my maps.
If you're God, they'll be my maps. I'm just goading him on.
It's good to see you getting along so well.
Katina she kind of steps between you two, and she's like, boys, please, this is not the time for this. And she looks at Ford. You need to stop, or you need to leave. And she gives him a look like, shut the fuck up and stay calm. And then she looks at you, Posthumous, and she's like, please, I would appreciate it if you would not try to provoke my navigator. I need him.
My eyes go down to the floor like I know my betters, and I back off. As you will.
She kind of looks around
Another
like,
time, Posthumous.
is there anything I can get you guys while we're waiting? I can get you some recaf. And she points over to the other side, and there's like a little machine that's basically
coffee, right?
Yeah, it's basically a coffee pot.
Yeah, sure. I'll take a pot of it. Well, if I can't have maps, what about information about the sector?
Well, I mean, I can at least tell you how many, like, how many planets are in this system here. This is Aurelius, that you just warped into, and there's 7 planets. You can't. None of them are really like hospitable. Most of them are. This whole system's pretty much shot, but some of the planets have resources, but no life, unfortunately. So there's that. Yeah, I mean, otherwise it's, I don't know, just like any other system, full of chaos reavers, and
Do you know what direction they normally come from? Which planetoid or whatever?
no, we're still kind of working on figuring that one out. They kind of seem to be spread out all over, and haven't gotten to be able to get a beat on it. We see them a lot in this system, though, so, I mean, I don't know if... They usually get to about here, and then they warp out.
Also, question. You've been saying a lot of we've been looking for them. Who's...
Oh, the crew. Me.
Okay. I was seeing if there were some other people you were working with as well.
Well, I mean, I do have someone that essentially is wanting this to come about, and they're paying us, but that's neither here nor there. But I mean, I know.
Well, with some aid, it might come about sooner. And just jumping out here alone almost got your ship.
Oh, we've been doing this for a while. This is usually we've been okay. It's just every once in a while, fate's not on your side. She kind of just sighs and just like, but we made it through, and fate sent us you. So I mean, things are looking up, and because of that, I mean, if you'd like, I can. I mean, we were just coming into here, but I mean, I could give you the coordinates to the one who had us coming out here, if you're looking for work.
Yeah, I would probably like to meet someone who's willing to hire expedition.
I mean, I think they'd be willing to... I'm pretty sure they'd be willing to have any help that they could get. So, yeah, let me just... Ford. Give them the coordinates, please. She adds kind of the please just as an afterthought, like, just do it. I'm trying to be nice so you'll fucking calm down. He's like, whatever. He takes out a data slate. types in some information on there and hands it to you, Macarius.
I'd look at it and say, thank you. And I'd put it in my back pocket and just look at Posthumus and wink. Hopefully he understands.
All right. So let's see here. I need to... I know he said that he's going to be off Discord for a second, so... I am looking for her. Alright, so you guys are up there for a while longer. Shepard finishes his diagnostics and his repair, and well, not his repair, but his basically making it so that he can get rid of all the baddies. And when that's said and done, she lets them know to sweep the ship, make sure her crew to sweep the ship, and make sure there's no one else down there that shouldn't be down there. Well, so far it seems like they're all taken care of, so thank you. She looks at Shepard. And thank you all. She looks around. I really appreciate it. Nothing like being dead out in the middle of fucking space with nowhere to go and no one to come and save you because you're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah, on the way here, it got a little dicier than I wished, so I can't understand what.
And
Question:
Mhm.
Would Hesna, Shane's character, be able to scan the ship with his whole psychic powers to make sure all the bad shit's off?
Yep, both him and Posthumus could.
Yeah, my ability spread is pretty limited, but I could give it a shot.
Yeah, you can do a sign of science test. That's just something that you can do.
Oh, okay. Because I've got abilities that cover that a bit more thoroughly, too, that I don't have
Yeah.
yet.
It just kind of gives you a general reading, I believe.
I'll give it a shot then.
And also, since you were studying her for a while longer, you do know that she's lost a little bit of insanity, or lost a little bit of sanity, but she's not crazy or anything. And she's not corrupted.
Okay, I would pass that information along through the microbead to the captain.
Are you, I mean, if you're in the ship, like, bridge area, you're all just kind of right there, unless you're, like, standing, like, way on the other side.
Well, I thought the idea with the microbead, though, was like it's not verbal communication. It's kind of like I just like think it to him.
I'm pretty sure it's just I mean, if you want to use, like, your mind thing, you can do that, but the microbead is actually, like, a little, think of it like a headset kind of deal.
Okay, I don't know why I thought otherwise then. But yeah, I send it to him through thought sending. That
Because you do have, what abilities do you have, your psychic abilities?
my techniques, I have thought sending, astral telepathy, aura reading, mind link, and inspire. And so you said we've traveled together for a while, so we're all pretty familiar with each other by this.
Yeah, and realistically, you could do it through thought sending if you wanted to.
That's what I do then. Yeah, I just send it to him, just a little mental note. I'm not trying to bring it up like where anyone can hear it.
Yeah.
Just like a, hey, in case this influences your decision at all, or if you're curious, Captain, here's some intel on the other captain. And let him know that she's mostly angry with frustrated with the situation, but she seems sincere from what I can tell.
Okay. I don't know if I can reply or not through that, but
No, it's
I
a
would
one
just-
way, unfortunately.
yeah, I figured.
Until I think eventually he can get better
Well,
at it, though.
I have the ability mind link, so I could link us up to 6 of us together, and we'd have like thought sharing.
But
But I wouldn't do that unless I felt like we needed it, or if like our communicators went down for some reason. Then I just like just start that up. Pretty much as a reaction. And so I'd imagine at this point you guys know of it. Like we probably tried it before, just so you at least know what it feels like, and so you know what to expect. Like if I'm doing it, that's not like someone else trying to invade your brain or.
yeah, I'm sure that's something you would want to experience once before you ever used it in combat or something like that.
Exactly. The last thing you want is like, what is this strange thing going on all of a sudden?
Oh yeah, no, that's right. You can do verbal communication back and forth. It's just no images.
Yep. At this level, once I hit psychic level 3, then I can start sending like black and white images.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. All right. Well,
Yeah, but you got someone else in your brain then. It's cool, but at the same time.
But when I link us, we're pretty much all in each other's brains. So it's we're on even footing at least.
but okay. So can't get more maps. We got info. They don't know where ships are coming from.
And you do have to be willing. So like that's why I want to let you guys know about that ahead of time, because like if you are suddenly like, trying to have your mind invaded, you can just not let it happen. So for whatever reason you don't want a mind link, you can just not let it.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else to ask about. And no life. 7 planet. Chaos. Reavers from somewhere.
Chaos. We should destroy them all.
Did our wonderful navigator dude try to get some star chart information from these people?
I don't think he's here with us.
He's not on Discord right now, unless he jumped back on. And for some reason, their navigator and our navigator instantaneously hate each other.
Nice.
So yeah, the navigator from this ship pretty much told him to fuck off.
Oh, that's right. He took some shots at him though first, I think.
So one question, since I'm plugged into the system, can I technically just download the charts anyway?
The thing is I don't. The ones that you want for the system aren't in the system. They're literally just hand drawn.
Okay.
And he does this specifically because he doesn't trust anyone. And he wants all the glory for himself. So.
I get it. I just figured, fuck, man, if he's got this shit put in this computer, I'm already in.
He wouldn't make such a rookie move, or would he?
Are there any sort of camera systems on the ship? Maybe you could jack into that and take a picture.
There are. I mean, you saw that there was. Well, you didn't, but CJ and Shepard's servo skull did. That there was like video footage playing up on one of the screens. So if you wanted to, you could try and do it that way, but you would have.
Or if Grandpa doubles as a video recorder.
That's what I was
He
about to
does.
say. I'm gonna let Grandpa kind of float that general direction, basically be nonchalant about it. And if Grandpa's able to scope some images, great. If not, then it's just a servo skull floating around the room.
Boom.
Whoa!
he has been watching you guys very carefully this entire time, and as soon as he sees your skull even kind of coming closer, he just rolls up his charts and just leaves.
So when I noticed that, Grandpa, get over here. Sorry about that. What's that?
I was just saying, Grandpa. That wily old skull.
Katina just like, oh, don't mind him. He's just been really grumpy. Probably because he can't fucking navigate us through this fucking... Anyway, but yeah, you've got the coordinates. Do you think you'll be able to help us fix the ship to make it move at least?
Sure. As soon as my captain gives me the go-ahead, I'll get started on it.
Go ahead, get them ready to move as much as you.
And you can do another just tech use, and it should be probably, yeah. I was gonna say it would be probably a plus 10 or plus 20 actually, because it's a ship very similar to your own. It's also a frigate class. It's just a different type of frigate, but you easily are able to get it working enough where it can at least travel real space. I should be able to do warp space for like small jumps, like maybe day jumps, but technically it's fixed.
I don't think they want to spend a long time in warp.
I would explain. It is fixed well enough to get you to a proper place for repair. Do not stress the system, or you may be right back in the same state again.
Really? Okay. Well, I mean, thank you. Most of our engineers kind of went off the deep end, so really didn't have anyone to really look at the system anyway. So I appreciate it. Oh,
I have a question for you, if you don't mind.
what is it?
Have you had any sightings of these alleged ghost ships and other such in the area?
No? No ghost ships. I mean, I've seen a couple of wrecks here and there, but I just assume those are just from basically Reaver casualties, but no ghost ships.
Very well then. Thank you very much.
All right.
Sucks for her, because I would have offered to try to actually fix her ship if she would have fucking gave me info.
Yeah, no, she hasn't seen any, and she's been out here for a while, so.
Because she's not interesting enough. I'm kidding.
She's just not interested in them. Now she kind of looks at Shepard. She's like, "Why do you ask anyway? Like, is..."
I have an affinity and love for all things odd that happen within space. Call it a hobby, if you will.
I mean, I've seen people before, just on the ship, but that shouldn't be here. But no ghost ships. More like ghost people. Once. That was a while ago. But yeah, you never know what you're gonna get when you go through those. When you go through the warp, so.
Ghost people. I wonder if that sounds familiar to you.
It sound familiar to Posthumous.
Perhaps. I'm somewhat preoccupied at the moment.
I tried to steal pictures of the map for you.
If that's all, Shepard, be sure to take what you need for.
Oh, yes, let me get you some of the stuff from the luxury quarters. And she calls over one of her guards standing around, and she just tells him to go grab. She looks at Shepard. She's like, would you like to go with to see what it is you could use to fix it, or should I just have stuff brought over to your ship?
Well, I will be
And she
very
looks-
frank and honest with you. If I have the option of choosing, I would much rather.
Okay, yeah. You can go with Scotty over here, and he can bring you over there.
And I'll send 2 guards with.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You'll probably need them to help carry stuff. Yeah. Not a problem. Is there? I feel like this isn't a lot, but I really don't have a whole lot to give right now.
Thankfully, we're in the same boat. We just came out of the warp. We came out better off than you.
Yeah.
Down one part of our vessel. We'll keep going, but I'd definitely go back for repairs.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably a good point. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll see you around.
Maybe.
Sure,
Maybe
spaces.
next time I'll need help.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully neither of us will need help anymore.
Much
Though, I mean,
better.
if you do need help, she kind of gives you a wink, and I'll be sure to help.
And I'd say I look forward to seeing you then. Anyways, if everyone's ready to Shepherd, Posthumus, and Hesna.
Yes.
Shepard's got to go to the luxury quarter to get the stuff, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I'll go with.
Okay.
I grabbed the sluttiest, gauntiest, brightest color shit I can find.
I'm okay with it.
Now, a question for you. We had a conversation about Shepard. Well, not on here. Is this?
Yeah, I remember what you were talking about.
Is it yeah or?
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Okay. Yep. He grabs. Well, it looks like he's just grabbing like the brightest colors. He's also grabbing ones that actually work really well together.
I'm cool with it. Shepherd, the interior decorator now.
The Scotty individual that is leading us to the luxury quarter. I remark this. What class of ship is this? Is it like a frigate or?
Yep, it's a frigate. It's a firestorm.
Yes. The quarters are laid out somewhat similar to a previous ship that I was on. Where do your officers? Where are their quarters? When I was on a ship similar to this, we were stationed along the starboard side, but I imagine every ship might be a little bit different.
I mean, they're on the deck below. We have the luxury ones up here just to kind of keep them separate from basically the crew. We had an incident a while back, so that needed to become it needed to be done.
Excellent. Shepard, I'm going to head back to the bridge for a moment. Do wait up for me once you're done with all of this, yes?
Yeah, no problem. I really don't need Grandpa. I'm gonna have him go with you just in case.
Excellent. I am going to go down to the next level, and I'm seeking out this Hawkins son of a bitch's quarters to find anything that would lead me to believe that he is who I think he is.
Um,
By the way, you like Grandpa. He's really good at picking locks.
Excellent.
let's see here. I guess it would probably just be like, are you just wandering
Somebody's right doing that.
around, or are you like just checking all the doors down there? How are you going about your search?
I imagine he said it was the deck down.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm walking, I'm just assuming it's going to be obvious to me. And when I get down there and it's not, or maybe it is, then I'll start to get frustrated and not exactly know what to do.
Yeah, unfortunately, none of the doors are marked. Mostly, like one of them says luxury crew quarters on it. So,
And I'm just like, wait a minute. I would assume that that's the captain, or it's just horribly mislabeled.
well, you do
Uh,
you do remember that the guy just said that they had to move where it was because of incidents. So you're not really sure what exactly.
okay, yeah. I'll I'll try to open that door and see, and that's perfect because then I could just play it off like, oh yeah, we're sent to luxury quarters to get material.
It
Does
is
the door open?
locked. No, it is locked.
I point at Grandpa and I point at the door. See, what do I know of servitors?
You can
Um,
try to give me a command, and if you don't have
Booyah!
if you don't have the ability to do it, you can request it, send the message to me, and then I can.
I know a thing or three. Yeah, I'll microbead. Hey, Shepard, could you open this door for me?
Does just the other people that are with me now hear the microbeat going off? Hey Shepard, can you open the door for me?
no, I think because
They're just like a little earbud.
you're, yeah. So it'd be like having like a Bluetooth thing on your ear, essentially.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was more like the Bluetooth or it was more like I answered the cell phone and I have it on high volume.
Ah,
No, that would be the Vox. The Vox is
yep.
like a speaker, like a Bluetooth speaker that goes over your shoulder.
Basically like a
Okay.
walkie-talkie.
Grandpa won't be quite as good because we're not together, but he'll still do pretty good because the multi key gives me a plus 30, I believe. Yep.
And he does have a. Uh, he actually has a multi-key on him, doesn't he?
Yep. I made sure to have that installed. That was one of the things we have installed on.
Okay, that's what I thought, but. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh shit! I don't have anything on my bar for security. Does anybody know what which stat security's for? And I can add it real quick.
I would imagine it would be
Um,
agility.
I will look really quick here. I'm not really sure offhand either.
It's got to be either enter agility.
I'm guessing it's probably agility or that'd make the most sense, but or perception or something. Security is agility. So
Grandpa did not succeed.
he tries to do it for a little bit, but nothing happens. It doesn't open or anything.
How do these doors open exactly? Is it like a pin pad, a security card?
It is like a security. Actually, yeah, it is like a security card kind of deal.
Hmm. I'll try a couple other doors that are around here that just to see if they're open.
Okay.
And if they're not, then it'll be, let's see. The third door on the right, I tried to unlock.
You try the door and it just opens.
All right, what's in it?
Let's see, third door on the right side. You go in there and first of all, the first thing you notice is it's a pigsty. There is whoever lives in this area, in this quarters, is not clean at all. Like, they just left shit everywhere, like clothes. You're not sure if actually, looking at it, you're not sure if this is how they live or if it got ransacked. That's how terrible the mess is in here. There's stuff everywhere. There's not a piece of floor that you can step on without actually stepping on something. But there's no one in there.
But it looks like it's the quarters of a singular person, right?
Yes. Yep.
I'd take a look around and see if I could find like a cleaned off area where a security card might be placed. Like normally if you have your keys somewhere, you'd leave it kind of openish so that you would be able to just quick grab them, especially if you're a huge slob. And failing that, I just move on to the next door.
Do you have it'd be either perception or awareness, either one.
Yep. Black card.
Yeah, there's just too much of a mess everywhere around. You don't see anything.
I'm gonna just keep looking around until some random guard and or creature finds me. Or Shepherd yells at me over Vox.
Are you trying to like be quiet in doing it, or?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay. You're probably in there for maybe 10 minutes. You find just mostly random knickknacks, nothing that looks expensive and nothing that really kind of gives you any real indication. There's maybe some books here and there, but mostly there's like just like random like weapons lying around, like they were maybe being cleaned at one point, but nothing.
Not at all interested.
Yeah, pretty much you're just kind of just, you're not adding to the mess, but you aren't helping the mess any. But anyway, after looking through for a while, you come across or someone comes over and knocks on the door. It's like, oh, I didn't know you were up here, Tara. Hey, you're not Tara. What are you doing in here?
Yeah, no, I was looking for a card to get into the luxury quarters. We got to get some fabric. The captain said it was okay. Okay, yeah. Do you have a card? You opened that door?
It's up one floor.
No, the door right here. Open it.
That's the captain's quarters. You can't go in there.
Oh, well, why does it say luxury quarters?
We had to move those up a floor. They're on the top floor.
You didn't change the sign?
Look. It was a recent thing.
All right.
Non-top
So up one
priority.
floor, and then where? You know what? No, I'll find it myself.
Like, you found this room? He's like, I'll escort you up there.
Bastard. All right. Yeah, go up there and I just start grabbing random shit, heading towards the ship, and hopefully this guy will peel off of me at some point.
Yeah, once he
If
leads you up
not,
to the real luxury quarters, he just lets you be. Wanders
All
back
right.
down.
Even or odd? It would be fucking odd to stick around. So if it's odd, I go back down and try a different room.
Oh no! I was asking you for for something else.
Damn it. All right, I go back to the ship.
Well, take odd as well, Jay.
You didn't realize it, but apparently Grandpa fucking left you at some point in the middle of your search and
I was so close too. But at least now I know where he is. I just have to find an excuse to kill them.
I mean, you've got no proof.
Don't really need proof.
I mean, not really.
It's 40k.
Not really.
you know, all you have to do is just find some semi-plausible excuse, call him a heretic, and then your captain will be all up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say, but oh my god, dude. You're a bloodthirsty rogue trader. You have this person bent over a barrel, and you're like, yeah, we'll take some cloth. Those charts should have been ours.
Hold on. What? Those church?
Those charts were never going to be yours. He was never going to give them up to you. He knew who you were, but
Yep.
this moment you stepped on the ship, posthumous.
But if you wouldn't have given them to us, we could have murdered the whole crew and taken them. We would have gotten 2 birds with 1 stone.
Well, now you've got an ally that you may or may not see again, and you've got coordinates to someplace where someone could potentially give you a source of, I don't know, purpose. Work.
An endeavor?
That's a good point.
And besides, if I were to guess, your star charts are probably written in a shorthand you came. I bet his are too.
Oh yeah, they're ciphered. But still, I could decode that.
Posthumous thinks he's the shit. All navigators
Yours.
think that they're the shit.
What are you, some kind of fucking hotshot or some shit? Yes.
I'm
yes,
the
you are.
second best navigator that's ever been born.
So maybe a little bit. Maybe.
Well, according to him, anyway. Before you leave the ship, though, Katina tries to get you alone, Macarius, for a minute. Would you be okay to talk just the two of us?
Oh shit, sure.
She just leads you off to some random room off to the side. And she...
No, sorry, when you did that, it sounded like you dropped out a channel like, and off you go. I was like, oh, yeah. But go ahead. Sorry.
And she just she takes off this necklace that has like a little tube, and she pulls it out. There's like something, like a little piece of paper or something in there, and she pulls it out. She hands it to you, and she's like, instead of you having to go and meet this person, you can use this instead to essentially, when you've done some of the work, go back to her and give her this, and she'll know that I recruited you. And then that way you can save some fuel, time, money, food, and just do it that way. And then, because I'm going to have to go back anyway to repair my ship. So I mean,
And at least this way, she can get something from it, if not exactly from you.
yeah, exactly. It's a win-win for everyone. Well, except for me, because I mean, it's a win I will live in, but
as long as I return with something, it's a win for you.
yes.
It's a gamble right now.
Yes. She looks like she's almost not sure if she really wants to give you it, but she's like hands it to you, and she just kind of like lets go really fast and just. But you saved me, so this is the least I can do. We haven't searched the entire area, but we do have a general idea that there seems like they might be listening in, like they might have a station in orbit around this sun somewhere that they're coordinating things from. The Reavers, anyway. But like I said, most of these planets have some sort of materials on them, so, I mean, feel free to take what you can from some of them. It'll help, anyway. Maybe you'll get lucky and you'll find where they are. Or unlucky, I guess. Depending how you look at it.
It depends on how the day ends every time.
Ain't that the truth?
And her name is Captain Nadia?
Katina. Katina Henna.
Thank you, Katina. Hope you make it back in one piece. We'll look around to see if we can find. And, well, you'll find out if your employer kills you or not later, I guess.
That's not something to joke about. But thank you.
Be well.
And I guess if we see you, I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I'll get you with the broth cake, whatever the hell the name of the coffee was next time. 'Cause
Recap?
she got us. Yeah, I'll get you a recap next time we meet because she got us one.
She smiles up at you. I'd like that. And then she just leaves the room.
Was not prepared for that response, but well played.
After probably about like a little bit after she has left the room, you actually hear over the microbead Istrow being like, "Hey, do you guys need some to be teleported out or anything? Things okay? You haven't said you needed to, but just checking in."
No, actually, apparently everything went better than expected for us. I'm not going to say the same for her crew, but most of them. Some of them, maybe. I guess we'd start gathering. Well, when they're done, we could start gathering up. Curse the dice gods for our rolls.
I mean, yeah, they've been Not great, but they've been okay. Some of them.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm gonna do the terrible thing. Dice roll saves your ass. Oh, well, okay. I guess I won't do the terrible thing.
Right. Uh, um, do you guys want to try and look through the debris from the ship that you blew up?
Yeah, I guess we should scan it for any leftover parts or whatnot. Hopefully, clean of corruption or chaos. I guess you
Yeah,
could say.
could be the black box as well. That
Yeah,
might
the
have
black
some
box would be
damage.
good.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, we blew it up pretty good. So
Yeah. I mean, mostly what you'll be able to find is like scrap parts to use that if you need to like repair stuff. So Shepard would probably be happy about it, but
Oh, I'd be happy to gather those too.
and you never know what you'll find, what kind of materials you'll find just because of the nature of the ship.
well, chances are after that fire, we're probably going to need whatever scrap we can get.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
As soon as we
Does
get back to the ship, I track down Chain's character and let him know I have an urgent message. This must go out immediately. And I start writing it down. It doesn't make a lick of sense at all. But I tell you the general the station coordinates to which I want these sent to, basically the Astropath network. And within 20 years, the message could get there.
Yeah.
But this would be a little bit odd. I'm kind of sucking up to you at the moment because I really need.
are you promising him things?
No, it's his duty, but I'm being nice about demanding that he do his duty. I am a noble after all.
I only answer to the captain. If you want me to send a message, run it through him. And I turn back to my studies.
It's gonna be like that, will it? All right. I'll speak to the captain and have him order you to relay my messages.
See that you do that. I'm not even looking at you at this point. I'm just researching.
Y'all are such wondrous people to get along with.
Hey, if I had a wonderful life, I'd be a wonderful person. I did.
I think just about everyone can say that they didn't have a very great life growing up.
Yeah, no. Didn't end out that well.
I kind of had a great life, Imperium wise, but later parts were a little bit rocky.
That's fair. You and CJ probably had the best growing up until you guys got to a certain point in your life and then shit hit the fan. But
Yep, pretty much.
it's not too different than real life.
I'm
Sometimes.
guessing Nuada is the.
Yeah. Yep. The names of the planets are written in white.
Okay.
I didn't name the moons, but those are the little blips.
Okay.
Really, I should have done
Okay.
like a fog of war, but I didn't really think about it until just this moment. Because technically, you guys don't really know much of this map. You probably know like that. But this would probably block some of your
We would just barely be able to see
The warp
See this-
storms, I think,
yeah.
is what it was. Oh, gravity riptide.
maybe a smidge of Bruntitol.
Yep, Bronzitol. Also, if you guys would come up with some names for planets, I would be appreciative, because I was having some hard times coming up with names.
No problem. I can get some planetary names.
I can come up with some punterful names.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
I'll steal them.
That's what I did for some of them. Straight rip-offs.
Right? I just like look up a list of Star Trek planets and just go from there.
That's fine too. I've got a nifty program that comes up with like systems and how many planets and each of the planets and moons and all the spatial stuff already going on in there. The click of a button, so just pretty much
have
just
to
need
name
to
'em.
cuts down on the work. But I hate coming up with a million names, so
Well, see, the best way to go about doing that is you just come up with the designation, like SP002A, and then it's up to us to name them if they're uncharted.
yeah. The only reason is that this system has been named by the crew that you just met.
So Douche Canoe Planet 02.
Yeah.
That sounds legit.
So if you killed him, you own it.
I mean, that's true. Then you could change it. I mean, technically, you could write your own names for them anyway. I mean, it's just your word against theirs, so. I'm not really sure how naming goes in this world, because if you're out in the middle of fucking nowhere, if you just use the name enough times, does it just become...
If everyone else calls it that, yeah, pretty much.
So, I mean... You could be the fifth person that makes it there, but if you spread the word around that it's called this, technically that's what it would be called.
Right. And at least as far as in the Imperium, like who knows how many other names it's already been given by other races.
Right.
So from here we would chart a course, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I guess it depends. What do you guys want to do? If you want to take on the expedition that she gave you, CJ, you could do that. She did say that there weren't any worlds over here that were habitable, so you could also go to a different system if you wanted to.
Did we just want to collect some resources first? Maybe try and prepare ourselves?
That's definitely something you can do too. She said that the worlds were all full of like actual materials and stuff, so if you want to spend time on some of the
And
planets.
no life forms to get in the way.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. The only thing is we'd have to be extra aware for like Chaos Reavers, because apparently they appear.
That's true.
Chaos. Maybe we could double up and wipe some out on the way.
Well, that might make some people happy.
Make me happy.
And how far away are the coordinates? Oh, and I would give that to Posthumous, the data pad with the coordinates.
Okay. They are actually not for in this system, but they are for in the area. So like they're still in the Unbeholden reaches, but they're not in the Aurelius system. And it's not too far of a jump there. Probably take maybe 5 days in warp from where you are now. So
Well, let's repair up here and see if we can. Shit. Hold on. Sorry. I'll get my. Anyways, repair up here, and they said maybe near the sun. So, quote, scan closer to the sun. Try again. Goddamn bug. Sorry. That's it.
okay. Were you gonna I guess, how do you want to get too close to there? Do you want to go make stops on the way, or?
I guess we can check out Brontatal first, and then we can check out the sun and move on to Pax if we need any other supplies and whatnot from other planets for.
Okay, just so you know, this isn't the sun here.
Oh, that's not?
No. This is down here.
Oh, okay.
It's just very not bright because it's kind of a dying, or it is a dead sun pretty much, so.
Okay.
That's why most of these planets aren't doing
Well,
great on the life aspect.
I don't want to deal with the nebula, whatever that is, so we'll route around Brontatal by Pax and then towards the bitty sun in Keska. Because Keska will be almost unavoidable. Is this a asteroid belt, I'm guessing?
Yes. And a dust
Okay.
storm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I kind of was trying to do it so that way it's kind of more identifiable and like what kind of.
Hey, you did pretty good. I was almost there. I didn't catch the rings were the dust storm, but the little dots made sense as to that.
Yeah. And like this planet is just a planet with rings, so kind of like Saturn.
Gas giant. Nothing really to set on, but there's.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's tons of moons.
So it would have to, what is it called? Survey each one independent.
Yes. Yeah.
That would take too long for now.
We can't send out like multiple survey drones or teams or scans or whatever.
No, so like how it works is your ship itself has the scanners, and you have to be so close to be able to scan it. So you could maybe get a couple of them at a time, but
Okay, fair enough.
yeah, get your red squares out of there.
I was just looking at it, I was like,
But I think I'm gonna call it stop here for tonight.
Hey, if you need sleep, get sleep. I understand what it's.
Yeah. I'm running on 2 hours, and it's starting to get hard to. Then I've got like 3 screens going on, and I'm just having a hard time concentrating.
I can imagine.
What do you got? My computer up and running too, or did you steal one of the monitors?
I got the laptop.
Uh,
I thought about stealing your computer. Then I'd have 4.
Yeah.
Just
It's a laptop.
Shane, we never got a proper introduction to your character. Do you want to give us a little blurb about him?
It's true, yeah.
Sure, yeah. Hesna doesn't really talk often because it hurts, honestly, because like his throat's all raw and fucked up. Like pretty much all of his sensory organs are messed up somehow. Like he bleeds from his eyes occasionally. His ears are all scarred. Like he isn't in a good state of repair as far as a human being. So he always has his mask on. He always has his hood up. Like he doesn't really socialize with people often. He'd oftentimes avoid speaking and would just like send you guys mental notes and stuff, because that just comes more naturally to him. It's easier. It makes sense. But yeah, he mostly keeps to himself. Would never go out of his way to socialize. I mean, like I'm there and I do my part. Like I'm very professional when it comes to doing my job. But I've never really reached out to any of you or made a personal connection or even felt like I wanted to. It never seemed like I was interested.
Works for me.
Except for to your character as the captain, like he does feel a sort of a bond, I suppose, of building up over time. Like you're my ticket to freedom, essentially. So like I really appreciate the opportunity that I have because of and the Mortal God Emperor.
Oh yeah, out here we all have a chance at freedom. We can build a hell of a life for the God Emperor out here.
It's very true.
If that was the case, then normally I would give you varying degrees of contempt due to your physical nature and the nature of just
If you ever did see me without my mask up, like I'd keep it on all the time pretty much, except for if I'm like personally in my quarters, like maybe taking food or whatever.
Right. But I was still very sweet to you when I needed that message sent.
You were turned down.
And you wouldn't really know it yet, but like I have a particular dislike of your character. Like I feel like you're always staring at me and it just really bothers me. Like it just is unsettling. I don't like being in the light, I don't like feeling like people can read me or see me. I like to feel shrouded and concealed, and you just like something about like that third eye just wigs me up.
Yeah, and my black pupils, or my entire eyes being black, would be a little bit weird as well, because I never really got into the physical characteristics of what I actually look like.
Yeah, black eyes would freak just about anyone out.
Yep. Kind of the opposite of mine. Mine would, if you'd see them, would be like milky white, clouded. Like you wonder if I can really see through. All that said, I still look better than the Immortal Emperor.
Oh, you don't want to be locked in a tomb or a metal case for...
I mean, you mean become part of your own metal case? No. Require the sacrifice of thousands of lives daily to sustain yourself.
Better be careful.
I'm sure you'd be delicious.
Yeah, well, let's see. Wait, let me figure it out. Yeah, I should be careful because I have a deviant philosophy, which really goes at odds with my whole purpose.
Yep, and you just gotta be careful on how you say things because you don't want it to be taken as heretical.
Well, of course, this is never what my character would voice to any of you,
Right?
probably. But it is the way you think.
False motivation counts in my book.
Okay.
No, I never say the Immortal Emperor is wrong. It's certainly right, but there are more than one ways to be right.
That's true.
There is only one imperial truth.
That's not to disclude any other truth.
There's only one imperial truth.
There are many truths out there.
I smell heresy.
Pretty looking God Emperor right there, isn't it?
Ooh, that one actually even looks a bit better than the picture I got.
That is a pretty creepy picture.
Well, you know, for 10,000, he looks pretty fucking good, honest.
I mean, yeah, he's
Oh, the God Emperor is older than 10,000. He died that long ago.
I mean, look at those arms.
Yep.
Hey, they look pretty familiar if you ask anyone like me.
See, this is why you don't have children, because your children will tear your arms off.
Y'all have strange habits.
All right, so we will catch you guys next week. Been a pleasure.
Yep, next Thursday, 6 o'clock. If you guys
Alright.
have anything that you think of that you might want to do next session, just message me. Or if there's anything you think of or whatever. Or if, say, CJ decides he wants to open his box, just let me know.
Yeah, that's something I keep meaning to get to, but... And the sessions have been interesting.
I'm typically going with the flow unless opportunities arise for me to grasp it.
Yeah, you were the star of the last episode. Speaking of which, I'll get Shane a link to the last one.
What is that?
I said you were the star of the last episode.
Had a little segment there, yeah.
You did some awesome RP. That was amazing.
I had fun chasing the fucking ghost ship, I won't lie.
Yeah, that's
No,
what we're saying. That was all.
I really expected my character was going to be gone. I was going to lose my character before Shane ever got to meet him.
It was a possibility.
Saved by an NPC persuasion, it sounds like.
Dude, I had to roll lower than a 17 to convince this fucker to fly me out there, and I got it.
Oh, so you're almost doomed by him. Good.
Yeah.
Lucky bastard.
That's why I said it's a case of Roll20 supports bad decisions.
It
So
does.
it's all fuck your good decisions.
Pretty much. Oh, you want to do
Yeah.
that thing? How much will it hurt you? What are the chances you will die? Oh, very good. Okay, we'll give you what you need.
I rolled to shoot the guy in the face to save my buddy. Natural one.
You shoot yourself in the face.
Well, I mean, you want a one now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is finally the game where we want ones, except for we're
You'd
rolling
get a 99 or a 100.
Yep.
How many did
That
we have
was-
today? Like 3?
Oh, yeah. you
There
guys
were
are
98
shit.
north. Yeah. Well, Shane, the last, not to give away any big spoilers, but the last roll of the last game was a nat 100.
Oh, of course it was. Just to really end out the.
I believe that's why you don't have a luxury quarter anymore.
Yeah. I never
Yep.
even got to experience our luxury core.
No one did.
Well, no, that's not true.
Oh, that's true.
What's his face?
Gerald did for like maybe a day.
Oh,
I
I was
suppose
trying
maybe
to
a
look
little
out for him.
bit.
Oh well, problem solved.
I will have to say it sucks that being here because of the setup, I can't use the fucking voices because it works fine with my mic, my actual Blue Yeti, but it sucks for the mic on.
It sounded cool too. You're just gonna have to figure out how to do that with your voice.
Good luck. I'd love to hear it.
Right?
The closest I get is when I'm doing the soft spoken stuff, but that's about it.
I think that works out pretty good, though.
Yeah, I think that works fine.
I had a very distinct voice for the last episode, and then I'm not gonna lie, I went a little crazy this episode. I'm slightly unhinged now.
I look forward to seeing how crazy you go. Let's see if you can catch me. Nah.
And I'm the most sane motherfucker in the group, too. I'm just
Yeah.
I'm
acting the
not.
most insane.
I feel pretty safe.
Well, you know, when
Barely
you have a
at all.
passion about something.
Yeah, I'm not that insane. Barely at all.
Yeah, none of you guys are like unstable or anything, but
What level is considered unstable? Like
I
One.
got to get 20 points in.
20? Okay.
yeah. I think once you hit 10, you're at like the first. You've passed like the first stage of, but you're still stable.
Okay,
Yeah, it
but
doesn't do
you start to
anything.
have like little ticks or something, perhaps.
Yeah, same with like corruption. It's the same deal. Like they move it like the same bit. Oh, I think I have a thing. Corruption. Oh, sanity.
20
Oh no!
X
Once you
or
hit 10,
20.
you're unsettled.
Okay, so you do start having some symptoms at that point. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's plus 10 to your trauma modifier.
oh, fun.
Once you guys get up to like 15, 20 wounds and you want to start moving up that insanity track, just let me know.
You're willing to help
No,
them with
thank
that?
Yep.
Also willing to help even if they don't want it.
I'm able to help, I will say.
Oh, Shane, have you figured out how XP and leveling in this game works? Because it's fucking weird.
No, I have no idea.
After this session, we're going to get XP. Spend
You kind of cut out. We're gonna get XP. What?
when you get however much XP you get, spend it. In order to get to your tier 2, you have to have spent 7,000 XP.
Yeah, I remember that part. I actually like that. I wasn't sure how we acquire experience, like what we have to do to earn.
It's just given between sessions based on play.
Yeah.
Okay, it's kind of like that one game. What was it?
Blades.
Oh yeah, like Blades in the Dark, where we like would talk it out and assign XP based on how you RP and everything.
Yeah, except it's just I get to decide. But it's
Okay, that's fair.
it's based off the same kind of stuff. If you guys are, I'm kind of following that kind of mentality in
But-
my head as I'm
It was a fun way to do it.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah,
So-
this game's designed that after every session, you should be able to purchase at least one or two things if you're not banking for something big, so
Yeah.
that you're always feel like you're gaining. Because we don't have
Ab-
gold to spend, you got to spend something.
Yeah.
I banked because I didn't know or want to look to see what the fuck I wanted to buy. So I was like, I'll just bank it.
Yeah, there's not really an advantage to banking them because you didn't spend anything, so you can't spend it on like a higher. So even if you have, if you have 2,000 XP banked up from like being level 1 and you only spent the original 5,000, you can't buy any tier 2 stuff yet. You have to spend that all 2,000.
Well,
Yeah.
Yep.
But so banking makes sense if you want to buy a characteristic that costs you 500 and you don't have the 500 to spend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 500
But-
plus, depending on which level.
Right.
That seems pretty straightforward to me.
But chances are you'll probably be better off picking up one of the 100 XP ones rather than the 500 XP, even if it's a stat you really want.
Yeah, you can pick up so much right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you bid like 100 and 200, you can usually get two things. It's pretty cheap. But if you're going for 500, that's like one thing, and it's taking up a quarter of what you got to spend.
Yep, that's why the last thing that I'm getting is agility to get to tier 2, because then I can buy dodge. So then that will matter. But the higher agility will actually matter for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna call it there. I'll talk to you guys in the meantime. But
All right.
have a
Yes,
good night.
you will be hearing from me.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
get some sleep.
There I go.
Catch you later.
Bye.